Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm reviewing Zack Snyder's Justice League. This is the new version of Justice League that's premiered this week on HBOMax. This is the original version. If anyone's ever saw the 2017 theatrical version that was done by rated by Joss Whedon. Unfortunately, this was a movie where Zack Snyder was the original director, and he had to be taken off the project due to a personal tragedy. And so, and then just when he came in, this is a 4 hour cut, and there are 6 chapters to it, and also there's epilogue as well. And when Justin came in 2017, he basically cut the movie in half, so it was only a 2 hour theatrical run. This one's a 4 hour movie. And I gotta say, without it, it's a complete 180 from the Whedon version. If you hated the Whedon version, you'll probably love this one. This one includes so many characters. Pretty much all the main characters get a complete character arc. Even the villains too also get justice done to them. They give complete arcs. You understand their motivations. The stuff that was cut out from the Whedon version is put in here, and you get it makes scenes so much more understandable. So this is basically a non-spoiler review. I'm not getting too many details on I'll let people watch it, especially if you don't have access to HBO Max. But let's just say that okay, first of all, the CGI is really good in this film. Zack Snyder did have to get $70 million to finish the effects, but it's well spent. All the characters look great. Even Steppenwolf, who looked pretty mediocre and bad in the Whedon version, his armor looks good. He's got great CGI features, and also too you get more to know his motivation. Whereas in the Whedon version, he was just sitting there going "mother, mother," and he really was just a generic bad guy. And here you could tell they tell the backstory that he had betrayed his master, and so now he owes a debt to him, and so he's there, and he feels the pressure that on this birth, oh, I've got to collect these mother boxes and bring Darkseid's army to Earth to conquer, or else I'm in trouble. I'm going to die. And so you get to see his motivation, and he's much more well-rounded than more than he was in the Whedon version. And then all the characters Justice League do it are done great. You get to know all their stories. Let me see. Let's start with so like Cyborg. I say is kind of the star of this. All his stuff that was cut out of the Whedon version, it totally makes more sense now of where he is, his relationship with his father, how he became Cyborg in the first place, his past playing football. So you really get to see his full character arc, how he empathizes with people, the power he has as Cyborg. It's so well rounded, and you feel good for Ray Fisher after this, because this is the stuff that he really wanted people to see that got cut out of that original version, and so it really explains what how important the character of Cyborg was. Also, Ezra Miller's Flash is really done well in this too. You see more of his backstory. You see his relationship with his father, who's in prison for his mother's supposed murder. And so he sees how that drives him. And then they have a scene where he's going to apply for a job, and he meets Iris. And there's a lot of slow-mo with him, obviously, because he's the Flash. And some people might not like how much slow-mo Zack Snyder uses in his movies, but I think in this one it's really done well to show his speed and how effective he is as the Flash. And then Wonder Woman is done well better. That opening bank scene in this movie compared to the Whedon cut is much more brutal. the guy is much bigger of a danger in this cut, and so you see her being a warrior. In this movie, she's more brutal. She will kill bad guys. She doesn't hesitate. She knows what has to be done, and she's more into the plot, the part where they have to, bring Superman back. She's more into it, instead of in the Whedon version, she was like, oh, I don't know. This one, she's like, okay, I know this is what we have to do. Let's do it. And so Batman's much more well-rounded in this one as well. You see more interaction with him and Alfred. You see the struggles he has in putting the league together, going around trying to recruit them. You see how he feels guilty about Superman's death, and how it led to it. Now everything's kind of fallen on his shoulders to right the wrongs. So you definitely Ben Affleck definitely gets more its time in this to really make his character shine there. Let me see, and then Aquaman. You definitely see more scenes that led to his solo movie. I see more actions with Mira. I see more fights in Atlantis. So now he's definitely the one that's kind of like the lone wolf before he became more acquitted in Aquaman to his bloodline, to his people. But still, I think there's the scenes that they added really rounded out him as well. And then of course Superman, when they bring him back. Now this is the thing that everybody wanted to see was black suit Superman. So you definitely get to see it in this version of it. And then his relationship with Lois, they definitely added more. And then what I love, of course, about Superman is they got rid of the damn babyface Superman, the baby mouth Superman. Now, if you saw the original Whedon version, he had that because he was in a dispute. It was a dispute between WB and Paramount, and he had a beard for Mission Impossible. He had to keep. Now, which is funny because I remember when I went to see the 2017 version with my girlfriend at the time, we saw that on the big screen. That opening scene where Superman is. You see Superman's face. And I remember she didn't know anything about what was going on with that. She didn't know the backstory. And then she turned to me and she was like, "What's wrong with his mouth?" And it was like so apparent. And I was like, who? And I remember at the time I was thinking, who approved that, man? That looks so bad. It was so obvious that it was janky CGI. Well, that's all gone. If you hated that, that's all gone. Also, too, that stuff with the Russian family in the Whedon version, gone in this one. It's like all the characters, they're not doing these little side things that are so distracting. Like everyone has got a good, thorough storyline. All the characters are more well-rounded. There's great action. They get to the point. Like when the movie climaxes, they really get to the point. And it's just so much more well done. And if you saw the original Comic-Con trailer back in 2016, 2017, those scenes that we missed are in this movie, and I was like enjoying that. Like, I remember that from the trailer. Finally get to see that. All those things that we wanted to see in this movie, we finally get to in this version. So I'm really happy that Zack Snyder got his vision done. And we after watching this, you kind of wonder like, what was WB thinking about in 2017? I understand they wanted to cut down to a theatrical runtime, but still, I mean, they butchered the movie. And so this is like the stuff that they cut. You're like, what were they thinking? This is great. So hopefully fans are really going to enjoy this. And I really like where the movie ends up. And also too, I never mentioned Darkseid is as well. We finally get to see Darkseid. He only got name dropped in the 2017 version. Finally see Darkseid. He looks really good. He's definitely a menacing threat. He doesn't actually fight. So that's only one little part I was kind of disappointed. It's like, I was hoping to fight, but it's definitely alluded to that he's going to be a major threat. And so, hopefully we do see something there in the future. Another part only part I think that I had critique of the movie too. There's an opening scene there where with Aquaman leaving after his first meeting with Bruce Wayne, and the Icelandic singers are out there singing. I thought that went a little too long. I was like, you gotta cut that a little bit, but. Overall, I really enjoyed it because it's a 4-hour film, and it's you could stop at any point and do it. So I mean, obviously this would definitely not work in the theaters, but it definitely works for HBOMax. So I gotta say, I really enjoyed it. I thought it did justice to the lead and all the characters. It's a much more round story, and then the epilogue is great. There's an epilogue, and he adds so much more into there that kind of teases future stuff. Now he threw his sink at this because it's unlikely he'll get to do another sequel, but hopefully after seeing this, fans are going to, petition to have another sequel done, follow-ups. I mean, we did, the release of Snyder Cut, and that worked. So hopefully, release part 2 or 3, in his full vision, original vision that he thought of would be finished. And then at the very end, I'm not spoiling, but he does dedication to his daughter who died. So that was a really emotional point there. But overall, I really love this cut. If you hated Whedon's cut, or if you kind of like, I think once you watch this, you'll completely forget about that original 2017 movie. This is what it was meant to be, and I really enjoyed it. And hopefully we can see more in the future. Hopefully, even if it's just straight to HBO Max, I would be down for that. So yeah, I highly recommend this movie. People, if you have HBOMax, check it out. And you love these types of movies, and you love DC, check this out, and we'll see where you're going from. I'm really excited for the future for this. So once again, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in, and as always, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you later.